Hello everyone, I'm Jack and I am back, sort of. I sold my house in Dallas and had to move everything, so that's been somewhat painful process. Still not done with it, but I am ready to get back working on my car projects. So for those of you who don't know, I bought a brand new C8 Corvette with the intention of taking the body off of it and putting different bodies on it. So one of those bodies is a 67 Corvette. The other one is an Art Deco design car of my own. So let me show you where I'm at, kind of get you caught up. So there's my C8 Corvette with the 67 body, or so much of it that I've gotten on there so far. In front of it are the Art Deco fenders that I bought, and in front of that is a fender that I made myself using my C5 as basically a structure to hold it. The idea there was kind of a proof of concept. Then I decided to buy the finished fenders to save myself a lot of work. You can see that the fender I made was rough on purpose. I was just trying to get it done as quickly as possible. So now that I have kind of the proof of concept, the next thing is to go off and see if I can make these pre-bought fenders fit. The problem is they're going to have to be cut. They're really heavy, they're really well made, and they were not cheap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a shell off of those and then use it, cut it, modify it, so that when I actually modify the real fenders, I'm not destroying some expensive fenders. The other thing I'm doing with that is, this is sort of what the final design is going to look like. It's not finished, this is just a quick clay model. I bought a scale model of a C8 Corvette, as you can see over here. And then I stuck clay on top of it to kind of get the basic idea of the design I wanted. So that's where I'm headed. Still don't have some details worked out, but that's the general idea. But in the meantime, I decided to, while I was waiting on those fenders, I decided to do the 67 Corvette Retrofit. So that's where I'm at now, or where I left off. So here's the passenger side, and over here was the driver's side. When I left off, I had made this piece right here that fills in between the body panels that I already have molds for and the actual C8, because these body panels were not made for a C8. So I had to fill in that gap. Required trimming. Still have some details to work out here. You can see that this is higher than the C8. I haven't decided whether to ramp this up, cut that down, or what to do. I'll probably ramp that up, but we'll see. Obviously, I don't want to mess up the function of the trunk. This is a convertible, hardtop convertible, and I don't want to mess up that either. All right, so when I left off, I was making the part for the passenger side. Unfortunately, rain hit or something, and I wasn't able to smooth this out like I did on the other one. So you can see this thing is really rough. So I'm going to have to come back in with a sander, smooth all this out, and then put a thin layer of fiberglass on it and smooth it out so that I get the same finish that I did over here. Now this is not the actual finish. You can see it still is a little bit rough. The underside of this is actually what I want. It's nice and smooth because it's exactly like the panel I put it on. And this is actually too thick because of the thickness of the material here. But it was faster to make this thing, slap it on here, figure out all my cutting, and then I'll worry about how to get it finished size when I get to that point. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, so I need to take the front end off of this car to get the 67 to fit on. There's interference between what's here and where it needs to be, so I need to remove this front end. I was hesitant to remove the front end because that makes the car inoperable, even though it's pretty much inoperable without the back end, but it was just kind of a mental thing. What I've done in the meantime is I bought, by the way, I have a couple of Corvettes. Bought another C8. So now I'm going to use this one as my daily driver. That way I will not be so hesitant to take apart the orange one, because I'll have this to drive. This is also a hardtop convertible. I somewhat wanted a coupe so I could do the split window. I found out that I can't do a split window like a 63 Corvette with the convertible top, just because of the mechanism and how it works. I think it will work on a hardtop, but this became available, and anyone that's been keeping up with the C8 Corvettes knows that they're hard to get, and especially if you don't want to pay $20,000 to $30,000 over MSRP. So this one can available, pretty car, nice color. So anyway, I'll be driving it around. This is a retro that I've had for years. It's a 53 Corvette, body adapted to a 2003 Corvette 50th anniversary. I've had it for several years. This is a 68. It is pretty much the same C5 onto a, C5 with a 61 or 62 Corvette body on it. I bought it thinking it would be a quick and dirty thing. Looked good in the pictures, but when I got it, it's a lot rougher than I thought it was going to be. So it's not going to be so quick and dirty. As I started looking at it, it needed quite a few modifications. Basically, it just needs to be cut off and redone. So anyway, sometimes I make these silly decisions, and that's one of them. All right, well, that's where I'm at. I just wanted to update everyone and let you know what's going on, and hopefully I'll be back in the swing of things and be producing videos every couple of days again. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and I'll see you next time. Bye.